Hey YouTubers, it's Nick540 here. You know, it's been a very long time since I've done a video. One of the reasons being is that my wife and I had a new baby. We welcomed a new baby boy into our family. So that's taken up a lot of time that I usually would be making videos. So you can expect coming up my goals video for 2021, as well as what my goals will be for 2022. And maybe if there's enough interest, a full stack video. I'm thinking about doing it. There hasn't been a lot of people watching that on my channel for whatever reason. It started strong when I started doing the full stacks, and then I think it's tapered off a little bit. So it takes a lot of work, and I have to go get the metals from various places. So it's definitely difficult. But what I want to talk about today is gold and silver in other forms, mainly jewelry. Now, I'm going to go through what you see in front of you here. Many of you know that if you have one kind of hobby, and my one hobby being well, I've got more than one hobby, but usually you have more than one. So what I'm saying is I have my gold and silver and investing side and coin collecting hobby, but I'm also a watch collector. I love watches. And I will say right now, if you think stacking gold and silver is expensive, don't ever get into watches because it's about twice as expensive. I mean, this Tudor watch, which is Tudor's made by Rolex, it's a sister company by the Hans Willdorf Foundation, costs more than, it would be about 1.5 ounces of silver. So definitely a more expensive hobby than bullion buying, with not the same returns on investment. I mean, depending on the watch. That's why I brought this one out in particular. But, you know, as a male, I don't wear a lot of jewelry, so I thought I would talk about some of the jewelry I do have, including some of my watch collection that does have gold or silver in it. And I'm going to start on this side. This is a 925 silver bracelet. It's fairly heavy. Can't remember the grams on it. This is another 925 necklace. This one I wear every day. This one I rarely wear, if ever. This one I wear every day too. It's a 10 karat gold necklace with a 14 karat gold T on it. It looks like a cross, but it's a T for my first son. I'm going to add an O to that for my second son, for his name. And then I have this gold nugget pendant, which is actually my wife's, but I've kind of somewhat inherited it, but it's still hers. But I wanted to show that it can hang on a necklace. And then this is a 10 karat gold ring with a 1980 Kruger hand on it. This watch is an Omega watch, which is solid 9 karat gold, full solid 9 karat gold watch. The whole thing 9 karat gold by Omega, which is a great watch company. But I'm here talking about the metals, not watches. I don't have a watch channel, although I should, because I have a lot of watches. This is an 18 karat gold, full 18 karat gold, solid Longines, and you can see how thick that is. This is almost an ounce of gold right there. And then this is a 14 karat gold Gruen, American company, and this one actually has the mark inside. The other two are inside the case. It's hard to see up on the top here. It's 14 karat solid gold. None of these are gold plated or anything like that. They're solid gold. This has no precious metals in it. I just brought it as an example of how expensive watch collecting is. Don't ever get into that. It honestly will make the gold stack dwindle significantly, because these pieces, especially some of these modern pieces, are by no means cheap. These are serious pieces. So, but it is another hobby of mine, is watch collecting. So I just wanted to show, you know, as men, I find that we generally don't have a lot of jewelry options, which is probably why I have picked watches and this is by no means my full watch collection, just a few examples that have metals in it. And this example has no metals in it, but as I said, is equivalent to about 1.5 ounces of gold, after taxes for sure, before taxes pretty close to. And that you know, you can wear gold, and I would not recommend this as your form of investing in gold by any means, because even though they do hold gold, to sell them would be just, I mean, melt value. None of these are 24 karat. These watches, as I said, the highest is 18. But it's interesting to see something different, and I thought I'd share it with the channel. Some of my gold jewelry and silver jewelry pieces that are mine. Of course, my wife has more than I do. But this is my gold and silver jewelry collection, so to speak. I don't collect gold and silver jewelry, but I do collect watches. And for a long time, gold watches were out of favor, but they're kind of having a comeback right now. But I've always loved them. They just feel heavy, they feel good on the wrist, and they are historical. So just so you know the dates of these, this is 2021. This is 1968. The Gruen, the Longines, is 1968, and the Omega is 1975. So I have other Omegas and other Longines watches as well, but these are the only ones that have metals in them. So yeah, kind of a random video, but it is a form of wealth in the melt alone. If you're getting into watches, I will say try to buy a watch that might retain value if that's what you're looking for. I buy watches because I like them. It's a disgustingly expensive hobby. That's why I really don't recommend getting into it. And there's a big rabbit hole you fall down with watches and watch channels, and it gets expensive. I mean, Rolex now, if you can even get your hands on one, start at $12,500. That's a lot of gold you can buy, and that's not even a gold Rolex. That's just a, you know, Submariner Rolex, a dive watch, so to speak. So definitely not. But they do hold their value, and usually some of those watches definitely go up and can go up higher than some of the precious metals. But you are taking a bit of a risk. And, you know, if you love them, that's a different thing. For me, my investments are different than these. I mean, I'm sure some of these have gone up in value with the exception of this one. Although it might in the future, because this is my newest acquisition, 2021 Tudor Black Bay. But you will find that it'll eat into your, I mean, there's other hobbies that do eat into your, you know, like if you're a hockey card collector or a baseball card collector, you know, some of those things are very expensive, and they have zero gold in them. But these watches are neat because you can pass them on generations. And even if these watches alone, I mean, they do because it was vintage pieces, but if they didn't have any market value, they still have the gold weight in them. Especially this 18 karat one, you can really feel the heft of this. This is just a heavy watch, and everything is gold on there. All the markers are gold. The Longines symbol's gold. The hands are gold. So that's you know, it's nice to have these heritage pieces that actually have real precious metals in them because of their date. They don't really make them like that anymore. You can get gold watches, but they're kind of gaudy now, you know, with diamonds and everything else. But anyways, I'm ranting because I haven't done a video for a while. I thought I'd share with you my, I guess you could say, fourth hobby, watch collecting. I got to find a less expensive hobby because, yeah, these watches are something else. As I said, this here represents a lot of ounces of gold that I could have bought. Now the jewelry, on the other hand, as I said, I just wear. I mean, I wear the watches all the time, but I just wear these two pieces, and there's not much actual value in those. But I mean, the weight of them is not great. So, anyways, please look for probably be after Christmas my metals gold. You will see quite a bit of what I accomplished, and I think I did pretty well this year. If you look back on my other videos, that shows my goals that on what they were. I think you'll be surprised I did pretty good, and the full stack may be coming, depends on the interest. So anyways, YouTube, Sorry it's been a long time. Thank you for sticking with me, and please like, comment, and I appreciate a subscribe. Take care.